Affinity Xtra, be extra.
This is Affinity Xtra.
Yo, yo, hey beautiful people. Welcome back to 7 Sharp on a Sunday, episode number 2. Thank you for everyone who was riding with me last week for my introductory show. Thanks for all the great feedback. I'm glad you were blessed by it. And we're back here again with another show on this lovely Sunday evening. How are you all? Hope you're doing well and everything. I've got a couple of nice songs for you today, and as always, another Dear Felicity, and we'll be ending the show with Gospel Karaoke TV's Song of the Week. Now, just to tell you a little bit about Gospel Karaoke, it's an event that was started in 2018 by myself and Henry Corsa and the youth of Christ Evangelical Church, and it was doing really, really well until obviously COVID hit, but we are back with a bang in December the 3rd. Don't worry, I'll be plugging it every single week, and proceeds from it will be going to the Akwadom Christian Village Orphanage and School in Ghana, West Africa. So really good cause, a lot of fun. The winner receives a trophy, and we usually have artists as the judges, and they decide who's going to win. They give their feedback and everything. So far, some of the judges that we've had are Victoria Tunde. We've had, who else have we had? We've had Still Shady. We've had Luke November, and a few others. And it's been a really, really good time. We've had a great success with it, and we're going to continue going. So 3rd of December, put it in your diary. Right now, I'm going to play a song for you that I don't know why I didn't play in the first show, because it's one of my favorites. It's 1 in a Million by Travis Malloy. He takes I Love You Jesus with Aaliyah's 1 in a Million. Check it out. Let me know what you think.
Want to tell you, yeah. Lord, I love you more than anything. Ooh, I love you, Jesus. Worship and adore you. Just want to tell you, Lord, I love you more than anything. I got another one. Jesus went to Calvary. heard somebody say this. Who is like the Lord?
Nobody. Who can make a way like him? Nobody. Nowhere.
Just the background.
Nobody, nowhere.
Latest updates for Affinity Xtra new music playlist at www.affinityxtra.co.uk.
Yes, that was One in a Million by Travis Malloy. Were you feeling that tune? Be honest with me. Let me know in the comments. What did you think of that song? Because when I first heard that song, I was like, yo, this is a banger. I love the harmonies. I love the falsetto. I love even the video. If you go on YouTube, it's a black and white video. Obviously, I love the instrumental from the One in a Million anyway. And I love More Than Anything. So the two together, I was like, this is like the perfect song. I love it. So sharing that with you today, Travis Malloy. Make sure you stream it. Make sure you add it to your playlist. Now, I've been told our favourite part of the show is Dear Felicity. Now, we've got another one for you today that will be read out by the lovely Pellin. And as always, I will be giving my advice and letting our listener know what they should do, suggesting, encouraging. I'm no expert, but, you know, they wrote to me, so I'm going to deliver and give, you know, the advice that they need. I think if there's anything that is on your mind, anything that is troubling you, and everyone has something, it's so important to let it out to someone. And again, as I said, you can even message me anonymously if you don't want anyone to know that it's you. You can contact me if you do know me. Just send me a WhatsApp, call me on whatever. I am here for you. Okay, so without further ado, we are going to go into Dear Felicity. Let's find out what's happening.
Dear Felicity.
Right. Let's find out what dilemma our next listener has. And if you have any advice that you would like to give the listener, again on YouTube, pop it in the comments as well. You never know, you could be really helping them. So let's have a listen.
Dear Felicity, I'm a mum to two lovely boys, and up until recently I shared what I thought was a happy home with them and my now ex, until he left us about a year ago. Since then we've been co-parenting and he has the kids every weekend, but everything just feels like a struggle right now. I find it really hard having to see him when we hand over the boys. I might have a really good week and then Friday night comes, he picks them up and I end up in tears and feeling miserable. I miss our old family life, which he decided to ruin. On top of that, I feel like he's made it into a situation where I'm the boring parent and he's the fun one. He gets to take them out and play with them on weekends, and I'm the one left making them eat their dinner or do their homework on weekdays. Even the other day I told my son off for making a mess and the first thing he said was that he wanted to go to his dad's. Why does his dad get to be the wanted one? I feel like he doesn't even deserve to see the boys, because we were meant to be a family, but he changed all that. And now he gets to be a part-time parent and leaves me to do all the hard bits. I've considered stopping him seeing the kids for my own sanity, and also because I just don't know if he deserves to see them after he changed all of our lives. I've been praying for direction and strength, but I still feel lost and weak. Please help.
These Dear Felicities, they're not easy, you know. Yeah, that's a really deep one. And unlike last week, I don't have loads of notes on this. So I'm just going to speak directly from the heart. Now, with this, I believe that, I mean, it is a difficult one. I'm sorry that you're going through this. Where kids are involved, it's never anyone's place to tell you what to do with them. But I will give the advice that I can. There was a lot in there. I think the first thing I'll probably pick up on is you said when it comes to Friday night, you're dreading it, you're crying, and, you know, as soon as he comes to pick up the boys, you know, you're in streams of tears. Now, for me, One thing I would advise for that is possibly getting someone else to maybe be in the house with you, and then maybe they can do the changeover. Or if you can take the boys to your mum's or a family member or a friend, and maybe he can pick them up from there, so you don't have to go through that process all the time. I'm assuming it's all the time, every Friday, or most Fridays. It will kind of take that out, and make it a smoother transition for you and for the boys. And then again, with bringing them back, presumably on a Sunday or Monday morning, whatever you've got going on, if he can drop them back again to a family member or a friend, or if a family member or friend can collect them from him, then you don't have to deal with that. It sounds like you're still hurting. It sounds like you're not over what happened. It also sounds like there's a lot of resentment there, and jealousy. You mentioned that he doesn't deserve to see them. And for me, I would always say, when there are two parents, as long as when the children are in his care, they are under no, they will come to no harm. As long as he is providing for them and looking after them and protecting them, and they're having a good time, and he doesn't abuse them in any way, then I think it's safe to say that it would be okay for them to be with him. And another thing that we have to look at is, I don't know what happened between you two, but he's a human being as well. And as much as you're their mum, if it wasn't for him, you wouldn't be. I don't know if you have children with anyone else, but if they're your only children, if it wasn't for him, you wouldn't even be a parent. You wouldn't have sons. I say that to say he had an equal share in bringing those kids into the world as well. So therefore, he does deserve to see them. He does have a right to spend time with them and everything. And we forget, like sometimes we forget, society has made it in a way that men aren't allowed to express themselves. They're not allowed to, share their emotions and everything, because then they'll be deemed as weak or moist or not manly enough, not macho enough and everything. But we have to remember that they are human beings as well, and they do have feelings. Yes, they may hide them. Yes, they may not openly express them as much as we do as women, but not seeing the kids, how would that affect him? Now, I know you're still probably angry with him, you're still hurt by him, but again, as this is a gospel show, I have to give the Christian perspective as well. What I would advise is that you try and see him as God sees him. Now, the way God sees him, God loves him. He is God's son. And God sent Jesus to die for him, same way he did for you. And as a woman, I know it's difficult, but we kind of have to put our emotions aside and let logic take place. And on top of that, we have to put the needs of the children first. What would it benefit the children spending time with him? When they come back, are they happy? Are they refreshed? How's their well-being? How's their mental health? If all of these are on the up when they spend time with him, then why shouldn't he see them? Why wouldn't you want your children to be in a state of happiness, having balance with both parents? What I would advise is that you don't allow your resentment to become their resentment, because remember, they're children now, but they're going to grow up. And if they haven't spent time with their dad because of you, that resentment that you were feeling towards him will then become their resentment towards you. And you don't want that. Because then they'll realize, what? So the reason why we didn't spend time with dad is because mum kept him away. Well, that's not fair. And children need to know that they're needed, that they're wanted by both parents, because if not, you run the risk of them having that feeling of rejection their whole life. Why did my father abandon me? Why didn't he come and see me? Why didn't he want to spend time with me? And all these questions will be running in the back of their mind. Now, I say this from experience. just as an example, just a little story. When I was 4 years old, I left my house and I don't even know how. I think I got a chair and put it by the door and then tried to open the door and then went out. And then thankfully there was a lady who lived near us who saw me and knew me, knew my mum, knew where we lived, and brought me back to my mum. She walked me back. And when they asked me where I was going, I said I was going to find my dad because I haven't seen him for ages. Doesn't he want me at the age of 4? So I say all that to say kids yearn for their dads. Some would say, especially if they're boys, they especially need their dad because they need that father figure, they need that role model. But I'd say the same for girls as well, so they don't grow up to have, you know, the infamous daddy issues and stuff. But jokes aside, every child has to have a balance. And if there's a situation where both parents are able to give them time, then let it be. I think you mentioned something about being the boring parent or the mean parent. And do you know what? I think in every situation, in every family, there's always mummy fun and daddy fun. Like, for example, in my own home, there's certain things I'll do with my girls, and that's our fun, you know. And there's certain things that my husband will do with them, and that's daddy fun, you know. And they're usually quite different. Another thing you need to realize is he's got them on the weekend. And weekends are the time where there's no routine, there's no school, there's no, you know, checked bedtime because you don't have to be up for school the next day. So everything's a lot more relaxed. Another thing is with activities, they're bound to do fun activities because remember, he's only got those 2 days. So he's going to want to fill it with as much positive and lovely memories as possible. And on the weekends, as I said, everything's open, swimming pools and, you know, all these fun things. And he's going to want to bond with them. And what greater way to bond with someone than through doing activities with them. Even in the workplace, like to boost the morale in the office, what would the manager do? Make sure that they go on team building activities. Why? Because it bonds them together. And it's the same, you know, with co-parenting. You're going to want to do activities that create memories that last forever. You know, your ex is not going to be making it a situation where he's mean to them the whole time so that they turn around and say, oh, we don't want to go back to daddy. He's going to make it fun. He's going to make it, you know, enjoyable for him and for them. So you've got to expect that it's kind of inevitable. I think definitely deal with whatever hurt it is that you're going through. I definitely feel like there's no closure because you're saying you miss the family unit. Have you had a conversation with him, you know, about it? Or have you just kind of ignored it and then you're just sort of doing the co-parenting thing? Maybe it may be time to sit down and have that conversation. Where did it go wrong? And that, you know, may help you with the healing. Another thing is if he has them always on the weekends, maybe switch it up and get him to have them on a weekday maybe, and then you have the weekend with them and do something fun with them. But again, even during the week, you can have your mummy fun with them and create things that bond you with them as well. And when they go off on the weekend, use the time to relax. Use the time to relax and enjoy yourself, because you know what? That will create a better you, and a better you becomes a better mum for your children. And don't be worrying about what they're doing and what you're doing wrong. As parents, no parent is perfect. And we always want to be the best that we can. We always want the best for our children. And sometimes you just need to tell yourself, I am a good mother. I am a good parent. You are the one. You're nurturing them. You're feeding them. You're helping them with their homework. You know, you're setting in some rules and instilling some stuff in them that they are going to use for the rest of their lives. And I'll tell you something, even though they were bigging up their dad, I think you said your son was like, oh, I want to go to dad's, when you got a bit frustrated with him, trust and believe those boys love you. Okay? Those boys love you. Sons love their mummies. And even though he was upset in that moment, it's because he doesn't get that frustration when he goes to daddy's house. Again, because daddy's trying to create that fun, memorable time, that short, you know, that 2 days, he's trying to make it all fun and whatever. So he's less likely to be frustrated with them. You've got so much going on, you know, it's a lot of hard work. anyway and whatnot. So if you're using the time when they are away to relax, it will create a better you. And not just the time that they're away, but each day, try and find, even if it's 5 minutes, time to relax just for you, doing something just chill. Even if it's listening to worship music, or it's praying and meditating on the word, or, you know, there are videos also on YouTube that you can find that will help you to relax. I'm doing it now. Help you to tense and relax your muscles. And I'm telling you, if you do that once a day, you'll find that you become a lot more chill. And just look at the situation as a positive one as opposed to a negative one. Yes, it was a certain way, but now it's this way. Embrace it. You're so blessed. You have 2 boys. That is something, you know, that some people could only dream of. You know, there are people that have no children at all. You know, children are a blessing and a reward from God. So definitely I would say count your blessings. Look around you and appreciate what you have and what God has blessed you with. And again, make sure you take time to heal from what's happened in the past. If that means having a conversation with their father, have that conversation. Sit down and go through what happened. You never know, it may help you. I would always advise therapy and counselling as well. Very, very good methods of getting you back to who you are and making you see things from a different perspective, and making you appreciate life a little bit more. Again, see him as a human being, as opposed to that guy that hurt me. See him the way God sees him. Obviously, you're not going to be able to see him exactly the way God sees him, but aim to see him as God's child, you know, who is well loved. And that should help you in terms of forgiving him. Now, we mentioned forgiveness last week. It's back again, and it's something that I'm working on myself. So I'm going to keep sharing it with y'all. Forgiveness is so important. So important. No matter what anyone's done to you, harboring that unforgiveness will ruin your life, not theirs. So we have to find ways of dealing with it. And it's not easy. And sometimes we can't do it with our own strength. It's something that we have to go to God and say, God, please help me to forgive this person for what they've done to me, because I can't do it by myself. Give me the scripture, give me the peace that I need in order to be able to do so that I can move on and have a happy life. And create some fun activities for you and your sons. Apologies if I'm repeating myself, I'm just evaluating now. And yeah, just remember, you are a great mom. I hope I've helped you. I hope that you've taken something from that, and I hope that that's been a blessing to you. And remember, if you have any dilemmas or you're going through anything, please don't feel any way to contact me, even if it's personally or anonymously, and I will endeavor to give you the best advice that I possibly can, leaning on experience and godly wisdom. Yeah, let's do this. I've got a song for you, to our listener who sent that dilemma in, and it's about forgiveness, and I'll talk a little bit about it afterwards, but for now I'm just going to let it play. This is Forgive Me by JS featuring Quest.
No more, because you ain't gotta cry no more. You've been hurt just once too many times by a sky, so now don't hold it inside, let go. Baby girl, please forgive me. Baby girl, please forgive me.
Yeah, forgive him. Why hold grudges? I know it's deep skin. He sinned, but love covers our shortcomings. I know he did wrong, and that ding dong, the constant ringtone, your line blinks off and get you involved. But still, I feel your pain. I've been in the rain. I know most of you can relate, so I stick this to my sisters. Cherish your misters, and if by any chance it gives you blisters and splinters, you can sprint, but please find strength to forgive that dude. Cause in the long run it will affect you. You will lose. I know you can't see yourself with no other. Now you can't trust no brother. Your love has been scrapped, but actually in fact it's intact. Contaminated by the fact you're bitter towards your ex-man. You put so much trust in him still. Never thought he would hurt your feelings for real. Judas betrayed the Lord Jesus with a peck, but it was all part of God's will still. So bear this in mind, man can always let you down, cause he's bound, but with God he'll never give you a frown, just a smile and a crown.
Baby girl, dry your eyes no more, because you ain't gotta cry no more. You've been hurt just once too many times by a sky, so now don't hold it inside, let go. Baby girl, please forgive me. Baby girl, please forgive me. You ain't gotta go cry.
Yeah, I've been hurt before, on the floor, dirt thrown on my name before. Oh, I went cold in the rage before. I turned to the cross saying, oh Lord, you're the boss. Nah, wait, my mistake. Even when I've been saved grace, I've been snaked by the ones I was close to every day. But much has been forgiven of me, so why not show the same mercy on my peeps? Bear this principle in mind, it's only for your own peace. Peeps turn bittersweet, never a need, never a oh lordery. P-E-N-T of my deeds, just anger at the people who cut deep. You lose much sleep under the eyes, bags carry much luggage, just baggage with the friends you meet, the friends you need. Just a thought, love covers all sins, so this song's for you and me, so let's be.
Baby girl, dry your eyes no more, because you ain't gotta cry no more. You've been hurt just once too many times by a sky, so now don't hold it inside, let go. Baby girl, please forgive me. Baby girl, please forgive me. What can you do?
You can pick up the phone or send a text message. Tell him you forgive him for the mess and the stressing. No vex, no need for Armageddon or abuse on the regs. Plus, evil words do grow legs. Oh yes, and I guess you might find that it feels like a loader. Weight's been lifted off your shoulder, and you can move forward. It's not awkward, souls no longer tortured by the thought of not having him tortured. And that's the Lord's gift, supplying all needs. Even Christ said, forgive them, please. Intercede for his peeps who tried breaking his knee. Stapled him to a tree, but putting holes in his hands and feet. When you see, now our beef becomes real minute compared to what he went through for him to call you my you. Just a thought, love covers all sins, all things, so this song's for them, me and you.
Baby girl, dry your eyes no more, because you ain't gotta cry no more. You've been hurt just once too many times by a sky, so now don't hold it inside, let go. Baby girl, please forgive me. Baby girl, please forgive me. Dry your eyes no more, because you ain't gotta cry no more. You've been hurt just once too many times by a sky, so now don't hold it inside, let go. Baby girl, please forgive me. Baby, don't you cry. No. Baby girl, please forgive me. Wipe those tears from your eyes, trust the Lord.
Wow. Do you know what? Forgive Me by JS is a tune. Like, it's almost, because he's ministering, it's like every time I hear it, I get something different from it. It's almost like studying scripture. So yeah, to our listener, or to anyone that has been hurt by a guy, or even if it's a guy that's been hurt by a girl, please listen to that song again and really let it minister to you and take in the lyrics, because it is really, really powerful. And you know what I found? There's not really a lot of songs about forgiveness. There's a lot of gospel songs about, you know, praising God and everything like that, but about forgiveness, something that we all need to practice, not that much. So yeah, really happy that we have that song, JS Forgive Me. Make sure you stream it. It's available on Spotify, it's also on YouTube, and really let the words, take the words in, because they are really, really powerful. So thank you. Now we are at our next juncture of the show. It's time for a Gospel Karaoke TV's Song of the Week. Who do you think it is?
Now it's time for Gospel Song of the Week.
I'm wondering. There's quite a lot of new songs out at the moment. Who is it? What is it? It is Messiah by Rebla. Gonna let this play and give a little review afterwards. Enjoy.
Them days I was chilling in the flats on the roads, having cats in my postcode, dodging po-po. Many men live in fear what they really don't know, cause they living in me, Jesus be my logo. I love Afrobeats, but I'm not my logo. Still the people's champ, people's elbow. Really stuck in the word, stuck like Velcro. Angels at my location like Ringo. Christ delivered the few from cancer. Why she so in me like a banker? The kingdom suffereth violence, but don't try cool man I work. Demons trying to take over, done auditioning, but no actor. Preacher grab man's forehead, he's on shock on the floor, blanker. Russia trying to beat Ukraine, battleships, missiles and tankers. At the Passover, plead the blood of the lamb, you protect my fam, God I thank you. Radical faith in Yahweh, my belief, my hope, my anchor. I want the best for my family, I left South man, I left Madagascar.
They offend me. Sin is poisonous and deadly. We sniping demons like Wesley. I just a prisoner of Elvis Presley.
Of silence, his redemption claim my defiance. Holy Spirit paid the price for me, it's not HD, it's not finance. Moses came with authority not to sell sticks and dodge trident. When I tell a man kingdom business, it's not a money thing or no client. Got cleansed from sin on my knees, I tried. Your sin will leave you a homicide. Matthew 24, Matthew 25, your sin will eat you like shepherd's pie. The bride of Christ, the shame and pride, the devil lies on you're petrified. Messiah came and he's rectified, watch me always press the electric slide. Offenders, offending, offending, pretending, no Jesus, you're empty, no Jesus is deadly. Isaiah said error and send me. Salvation cancels the cemetery. I ain't talking about Red Bull, his resurrection power and energy.
They offend me. Sin is poisonous and deadly. We sniping demons like Wesley. I just a prisoner of Elvis Presley.
Of Jesus the Messiah, the son of David, the son of Abraham, anointed one, forever you reign.
Affinity Xtra. Be extra.
That was the sound of Rebla with Messiah. Now, please tell me that's not a banger. Absolutely love that. Came out about 2 weeks ago. Rebla never disappoints. Like, all his songs are hits, basically. Love his work rate. And you know what? I was thinking the other day, like, with gospel songs, again, they're usually about what we're going through or praising God, but none specifically about the Messiah or Yeshua. I mean, not that there are none at all, but there aren't as many. And I think this one, Messiah, the lyrics are fire. He is going absolutely ham in this. Love it. Even the title Messiah, the expected king and deliverer of the Jews. It's not something we refer to Jesus as all the time. So it's really important to remember and get those reminders from these songs of who it is we're worshipping and what he is, who he is, what he's done for us, and just how much we love him. And also a reminder that he is coming back soon, as he states at the beginning of the song. Love when he goes into the Niger accent when he's like Jesus. Absolutely smashed it. It's, you know, it is a really, really good song. Make sure you stream it, make sure you download it. It's out now. Get that added to your playlist, and it's good. It's nice to get new songs to our playlist, right? We aim to please. You can also catch me in Rebla's video Run. See if you can spot me in that video. That was a lot of fun making that as well. Messiah Rebla is our Gospel Karaoke TV song of the week. And remember, the next Gospel Karaoke is on December the 3rd. Details will be posted soon. And I will make sure that I keep talking about it. So I want you all there. Yeah? Make sure. Get your vocals ready. Start warming them up from now. You've got a long time. But yeah, that brings me to the end of my show. Unfortunately, I know. But don't worry, we'll be back next week, same time, 7 sharp on a Sunday. And I will have another Dear Felicity dilemma for you, another Gospel Karaoke TV song of the week. It's going to be lovely. Make sure you are there. And for now, stay blessed. Make sure you're taking your hay fever tablets if it's something that you suffer from. Drink that chamomile tea as well. That also helps with a little bit of honey. You know how it goes. And keep it locked into Affinity Xtra. If you haven't subscribed to the YouTube already, make sure that you do so that you are first to know of the new videos that come out as and when. Loads of juicy and entertaining and interesting, factual, spiritual content on there, and as well as the latest bangers in gospel music for Black origin. It has been an absolute pleasure. Thank you for riding with me yet again. Next week we go again, episode number 3. But for now, make sure you stay extra, be extra. Peace.
Hi, and thank you for watching. Make sure you subscribe, you like, and you comment, and make sure that you're sharing the videos and watching so much more. We have loads of content for you. I hope you enjoy. See you soon.